Basketball was big when I was in high school, coming through the 90s with Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls. So most of my mates were playing at school. And then my two younger brothers started playing, and I was in about year 8 at school when I actually first started playing at the Kingborough Sports Centre. To start with, I was tall and lanky, so didn't really have much skill, but got some opportunities and a couple of invites to go to Basketball Tasmania selection trials for underage programs, and really just had a love of the game, and was fortunate to make an under-18 state team and just get a taste of playing at that national level. And it was after one of our local senior men's games where Bill Tomlinson, the coach, was at that game and invited me to come along and trial over the summer. And then in the 1994 season, so almost a generation ago now, had the opportunity to be a development player. So to be able to practice every day with guys and to be able to see people like Andrew Gaze coming into the gym and Leroy Loggins, a lot of the icons of the NBL, was just amazing. And I actually played the last game of the 1994 season when Wayne McDaniel, one of the legends of the Hobart Devils, was injured. So I played the last game and then actually made the main squad for the next year. Yeah, well, basketball was really the hottest ticket in town as far as National League sport went. There was no cricket, and we weren't having the AFL teams coming down, but certainly playing at our home court was fantastic. Most of the time it was full houses, so just to be able to play in front of friends and family was quite amazing, and memories I'll treasure forever. We had a really young group with the Devils, and guys like Darren Smith were there for the whole time, and David Stiff, who went on to win 6 NBL championships. So a really young group. We had some good emerging imports coming through, and then was really disappointing in the 1996 season when the Devils folded. And then we thought that it might be a year and there'd be another team back, but here we are, 25 years later, and super excited to see the JackJumpers hit town. Spent the 1997 season playing with the Hobart Chargers, and there was a lot of momentum. So we'd have 2,000 people at Kingborough Sports Centre following the team because there were 4 or 5 guys from the Devil squad. So the plan was to play that season and then hopefully have an NBL team back here the following year, but unfortunately that didn't happen. So I packed my bags and had 3 years with the Brisbane Bullets, playing alongside one of the legends in Leroy Loggins and CJ Bruton, and then I had 7 years with the Adelaide 36ers. So I was really fortunate to be able to continue that journey for another decade in the NBL after the Devils. Probably hung on for a year or two, maybe too long in the NBL, and battled through some injuries, and really found it pretty tough going for the last couple of years. So after the 2007 season, decided that was probably time at that level, and came back and then rebooted the journey with the Hobart Chargers and played for another 7 or 8 years back here in Hobart, which was great because I still very much had that passion and desire to play at the best level I could. And Anthony Stewart came back to town the same year. Mark Chivers was coaching the team, who's also another Bloodline member. So it was a good journey of really trying to give basketball a kickstart here. And the Chargers had a lot of success, and we're then able to go through a period of 5 or so years with a lot of really local Hobart-based players and have some success at the national level. And we had some great battles, particularly with the big Victorian clubs like the Geelong Supercats and Bendigo Braves, and some of those rivalries really continue on to this day. So they were some of my best memories, and being able to win the 2008 Siebel Championship at the time was a really fantastic experience. So the Chargers have been a huge part of my journey right at the start, in the middle, and now also being able to coach the women's team in NBL 1 this year. I think a lot of the younger generation now don't really understand the impact that NBL basketball was going to have in Tasmania, as far as just the reach across the state when players are out in school visits, and just the general community buzz. When the Perth Wildcats come to town, or Melbourne United, for example, just the hype that it's going to create for the sport. And I think, for me, I'm a supporter at that level now, and can't wait to take my own kids along and sit in the stands and get behind the JackJumpers. It really is an honour to be part of the Bloodlines program, and I think Scott Roth has just done an absolutely incredible job of engaging the community, right across Tasmania, and particularly with establishing the first intake of the Bloodlines group. So it's a real privilege, and I know how important it is to really celebrate the history, but also to look forward and create a strong future for any club. And whatever role I can play, I'm keen to jump on board, and whether it's welcoming new players to town, or maybe just going and rebounding for someone to get some extra shots up sometimes. So I think there's lots of opportunity, and it's a really great initiative from the JackJumpers.